Hello guys, I'm not sure about the quality of this video, but I'm doing this video from, it's an outdoor video, but nonetheless I want us to address the issue that we're talking about today. I will be going to do a series for you guys, for those people who will be interested, on how to use n8n, and if you believe that you've always wanted to maybe interact with AI and get to understand how AI workflow automation and AI agents work, I invite you to be part of this journey. Go through all the series that I'll be posting so that by the end of it, you'll be able to understand how actually n8n is very powerful to leverage and build agents that can actually reduce cost, improve efficiency, and boost productivity. For you to set up n8n, first of all, you'll go to n8n. You'll just type in n8n, and then it will take you to, sorry, it will take you to a place like this. This is n8n. Let's just do a quick search. So if you search n8n, this is how it is. This is the landing page from Google. So you pick on this first one, you click on it, and it takes you to such kind of a landing page whereby if you have an account, you are going to sign in this position. But if you don't have an account, you are going to get started. So the next thing you're going to do is to press this, get started, and it will take you specifically to, right now I'm signed in, but when it tells you to get started, you will have to undergo the process of filling out the details. That is filling out your name, your email, and your username, and you will be able to be given 14-day trial, and that is very crucial. You will have 14 days to test things around to get the best out of n8n, and it's a good start actually, so that by the end of 14 days you'll be able to determine if you're going to proceed to upgrade your plan. So when you sign in, this is how the platform will be. So you will have a dashboard, you will have and for the dashboard it will actually give you such an interface whereby if you want now to begin doing the automation and interacting with n8n in depth, you just click open instance. So when you open this instance, this is what you encounter. It takes you to this landing page. So basically this is where you'll be spending most of the time on day-to-day basis, building workflows and agents. As you can see here, we have this my workflow is one of the agents that I have built. It's one of the workflows that I have built actually, which is active and can be in use. And then we have this one, build a chatbot, reinforce learning human feedback with RAG, and we also have this other one, my first AI agent demo. So basically this is where your workflows will be listed. And so if you want to create a new workflow, you can either do it through this orange, background create workflow instruction. So when you click on this, it will bring you this is what you call the Canva. This is where you'll be doing all your work. As you can see, this addition sign in this box actually is the first step to do. And since today we are doing the inaugural tour of n8n. If I'm to take you through adding the first step, it's a whole video of its own, and it's going to take a lot of time because we need to understand how n8n works in terms of what does it depend on and what is the output. So when we're going to do that video in this series is when we'll be going to click on this add step, and I'll be able to give you more about that. But for today, since we're just taking a tour on just an overview of n8n, we're not going to touch on that. So when we go back, for example, we are at this point. I told you can create workflow through this position, and also you can create using the other side. If you come here, you say workflow, then you go to maybe personal workflow or other project you're working on. If you click on this one, Like I told you, it still takes you back to this position. So if you want to see your projects, you click on overview, it lists all the projects. If you want to go to the admin panel, you click on this and it takes you to the admin panel. So you can click on this tab which is manage, and you can manage your plan, maybe your time settings and so forth and so on. You can also check on your billing. If there's some billings that you've set, you should be able to see it displayed here. As you can see here, I'm on a trial version and it's only 8 days only left. And I encourage you, if you sign up for n8n, actually try to maximize, make use of the 14 days to learn this platform. I think that we could look at is export. This is a very crucial part of this platform, whereby if you've already created workflows, like the ones I showed you in the list, in the overview, when you click on this one, it will download the workflow for you. See, this is the workflow that I've created. And if you are to open it, for example, you see it takes you to this and then it opens. So if you open, let's say you choose to open one of these. You choose a tool to open with. For me, I'm going to open with Visual Studio Code. And this is how it looks like. You get the JSON format of the workflow. And this one you can be able to export it. And you can be able to share it with other people who are able to go and maybe set up the workflow in the environment. So with that said and done, we go back for the help center. It's actually, you get some things to learn. This is where you need to come to whenever you are in doubt about something. So whenever you're not sure of what to do. For example, if you click on get started on this one, it takes you to the n8n documentation. And this is where I would encourage each and every one of us to spend most of their time. If you are to learn this platform in the best manner, even if you are putting on a video to give you a guide and a tool, it would be so important also for you to go further and read the documentation, because everything that all the problems that you encounter are well answered by the documentation. So take your time to read the documentation, because it serves a lot of purposes and it acts as the main guiding um, asset or resource for you to use during your n8n. So creating a workflow, you look at this.
Hey, I'm Max, the original Flowgrammer, and welcome to your...
Wow, you see, this is actually a tutorial from n8n themselves, and it is split into various chapters. We have the first chapter for beginners, that is a beginner tutorial, and then we have an advanced tutorial. So I will also encourage you to look at what this guy has done. Max should be able to be very insightful, and it will assist you in getting to understand. So if we go back, if we read this tutorial and go back here, we will, if you have any problem, you can submit your ticket. You can even click on this one and maybe try to learn. It's also documentation, and I encourage you to read this documentation, because for every platform, your friends should do the documentation, because even if we do video, like I've said, we cannot exhaust everything. But if you follow the documentation, that's where all the answers are found. We have the FAQs here. You interact with the FAQs at your own time, you get to understand. And if you have any queries that maybe are not answered in this video, and maybe you've not found it on the resource, and maybe also you've not found it on the videos that have been done by Max, I encourage you to email them. You just drop an email to n8n, help@n8n.io, and you should be able to get assisted. So with that, let's go back to the initial dashboard, the initial landing page, so that we can be able to so if you click on this one, it takes you, we open an instance like I told you, do that. Then now we come back to this place. Something I wanted us to talk about is credentials. As you can see, I have a lot of credentials here that I've created. These are for the tools that we are going to use during building our workflows and agents in n8n. We will, you see, maybe if I give you a snippet of what to expect when we begin to go in depth, is that for a workflow to execute successfully, it has to rely on what we call a trigger. There has to be something that is triggering the workflow. There has to be now the process in itself that has to run, and there will be an output. So basically, for you to achieve the outcome, that is the output, n8n triggers relies on several tools. For example, it relies on Gmail if you're sending emails, HTTPS, maybe fetching data through APIs. And for every time if you're interacting on anything that is external of n8n, you need to provide the credentials, and the language that is used here, the credentials most of the time are the API keys. So every time you set up an API key and store, n8n stores it, and this is the list. So as you can see, these are the tools that have set up their credentials, and their APIs are already saved there in n8n. So once you do that for yourself, once you maybe enlist some tools, you will find them listed here. For the executions, you will look at all the executions that has happened since you began your workflows. You should be able to see which ones were successful and which ones errored, and that is it. It loads more and more and more, and this list grows and grows as long as you are building and creating workflows. So basically, if you also want to get a snippet or a feel of what the templates are, if you click on the templates like I've done, you'll be able to see feature templates, or like chat with a database using AI, chat with local LLMs using n8n, and so forth and so on. So basically, we have a lot of information here. During a time, you can go through it. These are example of AI-powered stock analysis assistant with Telegram, Claude, and GPT-4. AI research assistant via Telegram. So when they say, for example, via Telegram, you understand that Telegram here is the trigger, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of resources here. So during a time, scroll through them and get to understand what you can benefit from. So there's a ton of information from here, and what I'm promising you, like I told you, that I'm going to prepare a series for you. Instead of rushing through this information, we're going to do another video that will talk about the product overview, integrations, AI use cases. You see, there are a lot of use cases like building AI agents, IT operations, security operation, embedded computing, a lot of things actually that you can achieve using n8n. The documentations, the community, and so on and so forth. So this is what I promise you guys. If you stick around, by the end of this journey, you will be a master of n8n. So guys, if you like this content and maybe you really want to explore AI, because AI is the future, and you want to build workflow automations and build AI agents, I invite you to click, you need to subscribe, you need to hit that notification bell, and always follow us for more content so that you don't miss out. And guys, also if you find this information very useful, or if there's a place, if there's a topic, or rather an area in n8n that you want us to touch on, I invite you to leave comments. Drop me a comment on the comment section, and I'll be able to follow up. I'll be following through, and I will be able to answer those questions and maybe focus my next video on the areas that you think that we should cover. Until then, guys, see you in the next one.